Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad ARIF bin JAFFAR and my metric number is AS091111 and my friend.
My name is FIRZANAH binti ISMAIL and my metric number is AS09373.
So we are from group 4.
And today we are going to present about the
Peripheral nervous system. So what is peripheral nervous system? Or in the short form of PNS. PNS lies outside the CNS and contain bundles of axons called nerves. So axons in nerve are called nerve fibers. The pericranial and spinal nerve are part of the PNS. In the PNS, the somatic nerve system has sensory and motor function that control the skeletal muscles. Ascending tract carries sensory information to the brain and descending facts carry motor commands to the neurons in the spinal cord that control the muscles. The autonomic nervous system controls smooth muscle, cardiac muscle and the glands. It is further divided into the sympathetic and also parasympathetic division.
And do you know that humans have 12 pairs of cranial nerve that attach to the brain? There's a sensory nerve that only contains sensory nerve fibers and motor nerve that contain motor nerve fibers. And the last one is the vagus nerve that have branched to the pharynx, larynx and internal organs. And humans also have 31 pairs of spinal nerve that emerge from the spinal cord. The dorsal root contains axon of sensory neurons which conduct impulse to the spinal cord from the sensory receptors, while the ventral roots contain axon of motor neurons that conduct nerve impulse away from the spinal cord to the effectors. Now I will explain briefly about the somatic nervous system. The nerve in this system serve to skin, joint and skeletal muscles. This system is a voluntary control and it also can mediate involuntary control, which is the reflex action. Firstly, for voluntary control, it always originates in the brain to control the skeletal muscle. It means that the nerve in the system will take sensory information from external sensory receptors in the skin and join to the central nervous system. Once the central nervous system receives it, it will carry motor command to the skeletal muscle. The second control is involuntary control. Involuntary control is response to the stimuli and involuntary control is known as a reflex action. Involuntary control only involved in the spinal cord. This reflex enables the body to react swiftly to the stimuli that could disrupt the homeostasis. For example, sharp pains. Sharp pains will cause our hand to jerk away without having to think about it. Let me show you the pathway of reflex up. If you suddenly touch a hot object, it will cause the sensory receptors in the skin to generate nerve impulse that travel in sensory axon to the spinal cord. Then the interneurons will integrate the data from sensory neurons and then relay the signals to motor axon. And the motor axon convey nerve impulse from the spinal cord to a skeletal muscle, which it will result in contraction. And movement of the hand away from the hot object is the response to the stimulus.
Now we move on to the next system, which is the autonomic system. So the autonomic system is the part of the PNS and regulate cardiac and smooth muscle and glands. There are two divisions, which is sympathetic and also parasympathetic. So two systems have the same function, which is function automatically and usually in an involuntary system and also intervene all internal organs. And lastly, both utilize two neurons and one ganglion for each impulses. Okay, so basically, sympathetic division is especially for an important during emergency situation like the flight or fight response. To defend oneself or flee, the muscle needs supply of glucose and also oxygen. The sympathetic system accelerates heartbeat and dilate bronchi to divert energy from less necessary digestive function. The sympathetic system inhibits digestion. Okay, so next, the parasympathetic division is the division that consists of few cranial nerves, including the vagus nerve and fiber that arise from the sacral portion of the spinal cord. The division is a housekeeper system or rest and digestive division. It promotes internal response resulting in a relaxed state. The parasympathetic system causes the eye pupil to constrict, promotes digestion and also slows the heartbeat.
So let me explain to you briefly about the mechanism of the autonomic system. For your information, the sympathetic and also parasympathetic both utilize two neurons and one ganglion for each impulse. First neuron or second neuron has a cell body within the ganglion and a post-ganglionic fiber. So let us watch some videos and I will relate to you to the autonomic system. So, from the video, what do you think the change is at the mind body? From this, the sympathetic nerve that increases your heartbeat rate exit the spinal cord in our neck and synapse in the ganglion called superior sympathetic ganglion as they run to our heart. How about the parasympathetic mechanism? So, let's say after the man loses the elephant, his heartbeat rate will slowly decreases. It is because of the parasympathetic mechanism from the nuclei in our brain stream. The impulse will send through the cranial nerve, such as vagus nerve, which slows our heart rate.
So sadly guys, we have come to the end of our presentation.
So I hope that all of you guys can understand and enjoy our presentation.
So thank you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.